Hey, I'm Holly, 24, female. So my revenge story is about my dear mother-in-law, Hannah. Oh, where do I even begin? From the moment I laid eyes on her, I knew there was something off about her. You know the saying, first impressions last. Well, my first impression of her wasn't the best. Hannah was one of those people who never seemed to outgrow their childish ways. It was like she was stuck in a perpetual state of immaturity. From her attention-seeking antics to her constant need for validation, she had an uncanny ability to turn any situation into the Hannah show. And let me tell you, even on my wedding day, she managed to steal the spotlight. Imagine this. It's the most important day of my life, and I'm walking down the aisle, feeling like a vision in white. All eyes are on me, as they should be. But who do you think tries to upstage me? None other than Hannah herself. She couldn't resist the urge to do a little twirl and show off her new dress, as if she were the bride instead of me. The nerve. Now, you might be thinking, Holly, are you sure you're not overreacting? But let me assure you, friend, I am not. You see, Hannah had this uncanny ability to switch gears and put on a facade whenever she was around people she wanted to impress. She knew how to charm the pants off anyone who she considered important or influential. But when it came to me, her daughter-in-law, she had no qualms about revealing her true colors. She made it abundantly clear that she had no respect for me or my role in her son's life. And one of her favorite ways to undermine me was by taking credit for things I had done. Oh, the audacity. I remember one time I spent hours slaving away in the kitchen preparing a delicious homemade meal for Tyler and me. I had meticulously planned every detail, from the appetizers to the dessert. Just thinking about it transports me back to that time. I had spent hours in the kitchen crafting a culinary masterpiece for my beloved Tyler. The aromas of savory spices and the tantalizing scent of freshly baked bread filled the air. It was a labor of love, a symphony of flavors carefully orchestrated for my husband's delight. But just as I was about to put the finishing touches on the meal, there she was, Hannah, my dear mother-in-law, making her grand entrance. She sauntered into the kitchen with a coy smile, offering her assistance. Now, call me foolish, but I thought perhaps this could be a chance for us to bond, to find some common ground amidst the strained relationship we had. Reluctantly, I accepted her offer, assigning her the simple task of bringing the dishes to the table. Little did I know that this would be the catalyst for a clash of egos and an eruption of drama. Tyler arrived home and saw the dining table filled to the brim with all of his favorite dishes. He sat down and eagerly awaited the feast, and that's when Hannah said, "I hope you enjoy the meal I prepared for you." Yep, you heard that right. Hannah shamelessly proclaimed that she had prepared every single dish. My heart skipped a beat, and I couldn't help but speak up in defense of my hard work. I mean, how could she? Now, I'll admit the way that I reacted wasn't doing me any favors, because my irritation definitely shone through, and I sounded like a spoiled brat, no doubt. "No, Tyler, I made all of this. She didn't do anything." Both Hannah and Tyler gave me a bewildered look, and Hannah, always the manipulator, seized the opportunity and interjected with a sly smirk on her face. "Wow, Holly, you would actually lie to your husband like this?" "It's okay, Tyler. Let her take the glory. I don't mind. I just did this because I love you." I was taken aback by her audacity. In fear of further making myself look like a spoiled brat, I bit my tongue, refusing to play her game. After the dinner, I tried to explain everything to my husband to shed light on the truth. But Tyler, blinded by his mother's manipulations, accused me of selfishness. He accused me of lying, dismissing my words as mere attempts to steal the limelight. An argument ensued, fueled by hurt feelings and a deep sense of betrayal. I pleaded with Tyler to see through Hannah's facade, to recognize the lengths she would go to undermine our relationship, but he was resolute, unwilling to acknowledge the truth that lay right before his eyes. It was a painful moment for my friends, to be questioned by the person I loved most, but I knew then that I couldn't force him to see what he didn't want to see. Sometimes the truth can be a bitter pill to swallow, and in that moment Tyler chose to turn a blind eye to his mother's deceit. So I swallowed my pride and decided to let him believe what he wanted to believe. I retreated, wounded but determined to protect myself from further heartache. It was at that moment that I realized that if I were to put this cow in her place, it had to be my hand and my hand only. Not only that, but I had to play her game. That was the only way people like her would learn. Allow me to unfold the events of one fateful Friday evening. Hannah, accompanied by her colleagues, Gladys and Pauline, returned home from work, seemingly in high spirits. They walked in with light-hearted banter as they settled into the cozy comforts of our living room. What do the young people say? Thank God it's Friday. Absolutely. I could use a cup of joe right about now. Count me in. Your home is so cozy, Hannah. Yes, thanks once again for inviting us over. Of course, ladies, we deserve to unwind after the hectic week we had. I was in the living room at the time, so it didn't take long for them to acknowledge my presence. Oh my goodness, is this the famous Holly? Hello, nice to meet you. Oh, Hannah, she's simply darling. Why didn't you introduce us to her sooner? She's gorgeous. Why, thank you. You two look lovely. Why don't you join us for coffee? Oh, that won't be necessary, dear. We wouldn't want to disturb you. Nonsense. Please join us. We won't take up too much of your time. These women were absolutely lovely. How they hung out with a witch as evil as Hannah, I'll never know. Actually, I'm not too busy right now. I'd love to join you all for coffee. Pauline and Gladys were smitten, but Hannah was grinding her teeth, trying to maintain her composure and not expose her irritation. As we settled into the dining room, the pleasant chatter began to fill the air. Gladys and Pauline shared anecdotes from their day, while Hannah skillfully guided the conversation, always ensuring she remained at the center of attention. Now, Gladys and Pauline, let me tell you, they were a breath of fresh air. Their warmth and genuine camaraderie made it absolutely clear that they were not cut from the same cloth as Hannah. And oh, how I relished this opportunity to showcase my wit and sprinkle a dash of pettiness, all while maintaining an impeccable facade. So, Holly, Hannah tells us you're quite the cook. Is that true? Oh, I enjoy experimenting in the kitchen, but I'm no culinary expert like Hannah here. Oh, I'm sure you're being modest. Hannah has mentioned your skills on several occasions. Has she? Maybe I've mentioned it. I can't particularly recall. Oh, stop it. She's always talking about your cooking. Surprising, seeing as she enjoyed being the center of attention. I thought she'd continue to take credit for my work. But she always says that her cooking is slightly better, but I'll have to see it to believe it. Ah, there it is. Well, I do try my best. Cooking is a passion of mine. So, would you say you're better than her? No comment. Oh, meow. Is a catfight about to ensue? Not at all. In fact, one day we should have a live competition for Gladys and Pauline. What do you say, Hannah? Oh, well, I'm sure they'd be bored with the whole thing, don't you think? I don't think so. I want to see that. Yes. Tell you what, we'll hold that competition some other time. As the coffee flowed and the laughter grew, I couldn't resist the temptation to playfully needle Hannah, knowing full well she had to maintain her composed image in front of her newfound companions. Remember that time, Hannah, when you accidentally mistook salt for sugar? Oh, the look on your face when you took that first bite. Yes, we all make mistakes in the kitchen, and let's not dwell on that. Oh, Holly, do share some of your favorite recipes with us. I'd love to try them. Of course, Gladys, but you must promise not to confuse my dishes with Hannah's. They may look similar, but the taste will be worlds apart. Hannah was sending me daggers, but I reveled in this moment, knowing that she wanted to keep her composure and not spook off her new friends with her true nature. As the evening drew to a close, Hannah couldn't contain her excitement about the following day. You know what, everyone? You've been such great company tonight. How about joining us for dinner tomorrow? I promise it'll be a culinary treat. That sounds marvelous, Hannah. We'd love to. I'm already looking forward to it. Once her friends had left, Hannah confronted me, curiosity and suspicion evident in her eyes. I couldn't help but notice your subtle jabs during our coffee session. What's the meaning behind all that? I have grown tired of enduring your constant belittlement. I have decided to play your game, to give you a taste of your own medicine. Let's see if you like how it feels to be treated the same way you treat me. Oh, Holly dear, you underestimate me. Your feeble attempts won't amount to anything. My friends are coming over tomorrow and they're expecting a spectacular meal. Huh. With your cooking skills, good luck. Actually, I won't be needing any luck because you'll be the one making the food. What? You heard me. You make the food. I have some errands I need to run tomorrow. And if I refuse? Then I'll make your life a living hell. I'll make sure that Tyler divorces you by the end of the year. I'll slander you and make you look bad like the time you made that meal for him. Don't test me. I'll admit I was a bit fearful, so I complied. But little did she know that I had a plan brewing, a plan that would leave her speechless and questioning her own audacity. The next day arrived. The sun greeted me on that eventful day, painting the sky with hues of gold and pink. As I savoured the tranquillity of the morning, an unexpected interruption shattered the peace. A sharp knock resonated through my bedroom door, jolting me from my thoughts. I hurriedly made my way to the door, only to find Hannah standing there, a scowl etched across her face. The audacity of her intrusion at such an early hour was almost laughable. Holly, you better get a move on. We have guests coming over at 6 p.m. and I expect you to have the meal prepared by then. Her words dripped with entitlement and arrogance, but I refused to let her tirade ruffle my feathers. Instead, I stood my ground, maintaining a dignified composure. Hannah, do you really expect me to cook for you? You're unbelievable. You said you'd cook for them, and now you want to pass off your labor to me so that you can run your errands? This is your responsibility, not mine. Hannah waved off my words dismissively, a condescending smile tugging at the corners of her lips. Oh, Holly, you just don't understand. You better have everything ready by 5:30 p.m. I will be back in time to greet my friends. Her disregard for my feelings and her expectation that I would cater to her every whim grated on my nerves, but I knew better than to let her see the effect she had on me. Hannah left, and with a calm resolve, I got to work. But not the work you're thinking of, guys. Do you think I cooked for her? Oh, no, no, no. Perhaps I was just tired of Hannah's antics, paired with the fact that she disturbed my precious morning time, but I was feeling particularly malicious that day. I spent the better part of my day in my sweatpants watching movies. With each passing hour, my determination to defy Hannah's demands grew stronger. I revelled in the thought of frustrating her with my disobedience. As the clock struck 4:30 p.m., I took delight in my rebellious act. In a deliberate act of defiance, I placed an order for cheap and subpar food. I knew it would not meet the standards of Hannah's anticipated feast. The greasy bags arrived promptly, filled with lukewarm disappointment. I purposely left the food out, allowing it to cool and lose its luster. My intention was clear. I wanted Hannah and her guests to taste mediocrity on their palates. At around 5:30 p.m., I half-heartedly rearranged the lackluster food on the serving platters. I aimed to create an illusion of grandeur, masking the truth beneath a veil of presentation. Edible food paint lent an appearance of sophistication, concealing the unappetizing reality. I couldn't resist curiosity and sampled a morsel, only to recoil in disgust. The taste matched the appearance, nothing short of a culinary catastrophe. Just as I finished my charade, Hannah burst through the kitchen door, clearly returning from her busy day, her presence demanding attention. She glanced at the carefully arranged feast, her eyes gleaming with satisfaction at the sight. But her busy schedule left no room for a taste test. She'd come home late, having only 15 minutes till her friends would arrive. Oh my goodness, I don't have enough time. I need to shower. They'll be here any moment. Holly, set the table when there are 5 minutes left, okay? I need the food to be nice and hot for the guests. As she hurriedly disappeared into the depths of the house, I couldn't help but grin mischievously. Little did she know that her meticulously planned dinner would soon reveal its true colors. The stage was set for a dramatic unveiling, and Hannah would soon come face to face with the consequences of her arrogance. 20 minutes or so went by, and Hannah was finally ready as she descended the staircase. Her guests, Pauline and Gladys, were already seated at the elegantly arranged dinner table. I had taken the liberty of inviting them in when they arrived, eager to witness the unveiling of Hannah's grand deception. With a radiant smile, Hannah approached her friends, her voice dripping with false warmth as she greeted them with a cheerful, "Welcome." Pauline and Gladys couldn't help but comment on the impeccable presentation of the food before them. Their eyes widened in admiration, praising the splendid display I had orchestrated. Hannah, seizing the opportunity to bask in the glory she believed was rightfully hers, interjected with a triumphant declaration. "I spent a grueling 8 hours preparing this feast all by myself. I guess all that work paid off." To Hannah's astonishment, I chose not to discount her claim. Instead, I played my part flawlessly, praising her with unrestrained enthusiasm. "Oh, Hannah, you truly outdid yourself. These dishes are a testament to your culinary genius. I can hardly believe you managed to create such a magnificent feast single-handedly. You deserve all the credit and praise." As I spoke, my heart danced with glee. Pauline and Gladys were increasingly excited, and Hannah brushed off her confusion when she noticed that her friends were eager to dig in. Hannah didn't know that my words were drenched in sweet irony, a subtle jab aimed at Hannah's inflated ego, and behind my facade of admiration, I revelled in the knowledge that the charade she had created was about to crumble under the weight of its own falsehoods. As Hannah watched in disbelief, her co-workers, Pauline and Gladys, took hesitant bites of the meticulously arranged food. However, their expressions of anticipation quickly turned to disgust as they both spat out the morsels they had sampled. A wave of confusion washed over Hannah as she witnessed their reaction, unable to comprehend the unexpected turn of events. Driven by a mix of curiosity and dread, Hannah reluctantly took a bite herself, only to have her taste buds assaulted by a repulsive combination of flavors. The truth became undeniable. The food, meticulously disguised to look exquisite, was anything but. The bitterness of her own deception lingered on her tongue, mirroring the deceit she had woven throughout this entire charade. She tried to hide her retching, but I caught it. Pauline and Gladys, visibly upset, demanded answers. Their voices quivered with a mix of disappointment and anger. "What on earth is this? It tastes awful. I can't even describe how terrible this is." "What happened?" I don't understand. It tasted fine when I prepared it. Maybe something went wrong." She sent daggers my way, and I tried to contain my laughter. Pauline, her disappointment evident, shook her head in disbelief. "Hannah, this isn't just a simple mistake. This food is stale, old, and absolutely greasy." Gladys, her disappointment turning into anger, joined in. "I thought you invited us for a treat, Hannah. But this is beyond disappointing. It's inedible. It's damn near rancid." Hannah, feeling the weight of her deceit, desperately clung to her defense. "I swear I tried my best. Maybe something went wrong with the ingredients or the recipe." "Hannah, we trusted you when you said you knew how to cook. We believed that you would prepare something delicious for us. But this is something else. I'm so sorry, but I don't think I can continue eating this." As Hannah struggled to find words to salvage her reputation, her excuses faltered in the face of the undeniable truth. The silence that followed spoke volumes, signaling the rapture in their once amicable relationship. Pauline, her disappointment turning into resolve, spoke with a tone of finality. "I think it's best we go, just 'cause I don't see any way that this could be salvaged." "Yes, I think that's best." "Ladies, please wait. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'll admit today was not a good day. I had a lot on my mind, and then I made these poor quality dishes, but that won't happen again. Please come again tomorrow and I'll show you what I'm really made of." "I'd rather taste Holly's cooking, if I'm being honest, but after the treatment we've received today, I don't think we'll be coming around anymore." "Gladys!" How could you say that? And how could you treat your guests like this? I thought that we were friends. We are friends. We'll see you at work, Hannah. Unbelievable. I escorted Pauline and Gladys out, apologizing profusely for Hannah's actions. I returned to find Hannah sitting with her head in her hands, contemplating everything. I approached her and I said, "Oh, what happened, Hannah? Your lies finally catch up to you? How could you do this to me? Now I'll be a laughing stock at work." "Aw, what a shame. Maybe now you'll learn not to mess with me."